So, what was the inspiration for this song, Roots?
I woke up one morning in a $2 million house with a $5 million view, separated from mother of my child and my daughter. We were like co-parenting and living apart, and I realized that all the things I thought I had, I didn't, and everything I did have was not shit without family. And so this song was kind of like a plea to myself or to God or the universe, a promise that I was gonna rejoin the family and maybe rejoin the family within myself, you know, the internal family. But I wrote the song in one day with this group, and I pretty much was having an all-day panic attack. Like, the vocals are actually like me singing through an anxiety attack, so it's super raw and fucking brutal. But yeah, it was magic that I hadn't made in years.
What made you pick it as the single to release this new project that's, you, Sean Jacobs?
Because I'm going back to my roots. I picked this song because I wanted to return to my roots, return to like who I am, return to the idealistic roots of the family structure I want to create, and I want to plant these roots in myself and in who I am before what I know is going to happen in the next 2 years happens. You know, they say like you can only reach as high as your roots grow low. So I think like the biggest issue I've had with all of like the fame and the notoriety and all the momentum I've had in the past is I didn't have a solid base or a foundation for any of it. So a lot of it was just like expulged into drugs or like self-medicating, because it's a lot to take on. So yeah, I want to create this stable foundation and grow these deep roots before I actually am called to soar and reach higher.
Is there anything that you hope people listening to this song will feel or get, from the lyrics? And is there a favorite lyric, like one that stands out to you that means something the most?
I hope people get super horny and just fucking like wet and shit.
Your management is gonna beat all this.
No, I hope people get like spirit boners, man. I hope everybody gets soul horny, because I just fucking I don't fucking know. How do I want people to feel? I don't know. I just don't want people to feel what I felt last year. Because, yeah, that's a hole that's hard to crawl out of.
Has there been any fear stepping away? I don't know if you can use this, but if you're going to talk about stepping away from Cubs and into Sean Jacobs, has there been any fear, or just what is the general feeling that you're having around, you're creating this new identity, but it's also who you've been this entire time, like using your actual name to now be out there in the world and representing yourself kind of truly and without that mask of Cubs?
Yeah, I mean, Sean Jacobs is a mask too, right? Like, it was my given name, it was my given identity of this incarnation. But yeah, that incarnation, that identity has caused me a lot of pain. Like, Sean Jacobs was the name of the person that was cheated on and bullied and ignored by parents and teachers and friends and like betrayed, And so like I almost created Cubs as an identity to shield myself, the most precious part of myself, from like the scrutiny of the outside world. And you know what? I actually didn't get any scrutiny from the outside world. I've never gotten hate comments. I've never it's almost like this protective mechanism that I created almost shielded me from even positive exposure. So yeah, I don't. Sean Jacobs has been through all of this, so there's nothing that can really break Sean Jacobs. Cubs is fallible, It's brittle, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense, dear God. CBBC. Fuck me. Fuck me. God. Let's be.
Why is Cubs gone now?
Last summer, the woman that I kind of started this whole project with passed away from an overdose. It was days after I stepped off of stage and I had this feeling like it was the last show I was gonna play. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I was intuiting the end of something. And then I got this call, and before I even answered the phone, I knew that her spirit had passed. And pretty much immediately, even saying Cubs just didn't make sense anymore. It felt like a bad dream I woke up from. And so this whole year has just been like, since her passing really has been a stripping of all the things that I thought made me me, that ultimately aren't and don't. And so this music is a prayer for a realer future for me, something that I can walk with. Buttholes.
Damn it. You're gonna just have to like play that word backwards at the end of the video. Did you write most of the songs alone, or do you collaborate?
They all start by myself, and then usually I end up in a room with people far better than me to help me get them across the finish line. I've been working with this group, and it's Dia Frampton and the two brothers from the Somerset, the Gomez brothers. And the second I stepped in and took this music into a room with these people, it became something completely different. We had a whole other album lined up, like at the beginning of the summer, and after 5 or 6 sessions with them, we have to scrap it for a new album because it is just a new sound completely. And yeah, I've completely found my tribe here in LA. You know, I went to Nashville for a long time and tried to bring this sound out there, and people were like befuddled by it for sure. But like, yeah, I really needed people with this like pop and electronic experience here, and the songwriting experience that in the LA scene has been remarkable for this sound.
Are there any artists that kind of influenced you while you were making this record?
No. No, really, there weren't, like, because there's no roadmap for this sound, and I made all of this music on accident, pretty much, just from reversing banjos and then adding pads underneath. And it took like 2 years of going into sessions with all these ideas, like, what if we had Afro house to this, and then we have 80s guitar, and like I started just like hitting a wall constantly because I was trying to innovate to some end I didn't know. And then pretty much the second Haley passed away, it became clear, and all of these sounds that I was creating for so long kind of just came into this one culminating song. And I sent it to my agent, and he immediately picked up his phone for the first time in 2 years, and then I was flown out to Nashville, and I signed with Jelly Roll's team. I was hanging out at after parties with Post Malone. I got signed onto his tour. Like, it all just happened immediately, began to unfold. And like, that's the only way that you actually know that something is blessed or it's on your path, because the whole world kind of makes way for it, especially when everything's been so tight for so long. So that was fucking cool.
And do you feel like when you were writing it, maybe during or after, was it sort of, you know, a cathartic feeling for you, or was it kind of more challenging? I know you mentioned the panic attack, but maybe after that, you know, was there kind of this more catharsis that settled?
Yeah, I think that a lot of the stuff that I've written about for these songs hasn't been resolved yet, so I'm still really much in like this raw, really spiny emotion. But I do think like when you release music out into the world and it's reflected back to you, like that is the full circle of the cathartic experience. A lot of times music is just made in a vacuum, so you never really get to experience that. And for me, it's been almost 2 years now of nobody hearing this.
If I didn't know you and I'd only heard Roots, what is it that you would want me to understand about you as an artist?
I think that's the difference now. I don't think I need to be understood anymore. Yeah, I really gave up on that this last year. Because no matter what side of yourself that you try to show people in this world of curated false authenticity, people only want a certain version of you, and then they don't immediately after. So I can't even answer that.
What do you think is wrong with the music industry today?
Fucking nothing, dude. I mean, it's all wrong. It's always been wrong. It's always been, what it is. But, like, I spent a long time convincing myself that I knew better than the industry, and I knew better than this, like, content-driven, whatever, TikTok age. Like, it's all fucked, dude. And it maybe always has been. But in the grand dharmic scheme of it all, it's perfect. And we all find our place. And I think asking myself what's wrong with things is what has held me back the most. So fuck it, it's all great. It's all on fire.
How do you balance making music for yourself versus making music for an audience?
I don't try to balance making music for myself and for an audience. I don't think I ever have, but I've been lucky enough to have people in the room that are trying to toe that line. And so, like, if I get out of pocket with an idea or a lyric, it's usually railed in from the people that I'm working with. And I have an amazing team that's on top of me all the time, trying to fucking steer me off the path of self-destruction, like most artists. And so, yeah, I don't actually focus on that balance. I just try to make sure that whatever is in here, I'm expressing it as clearly and potently as possible. And that way, hopefully it'll translate and do whatever it is it's supposed to do. And I'm not also, like, concerning myself with music that heals people or brings people together or makes you want to dance. Like, I actually don't care what it makes a difference in people's lives. I just need it to make a difference in mine. And it has.
Let's dig a little deeper. Do you think for you being an artist is a choice or more of a calling?
I think it's a calling of mine, but I think it's a choice that I have to make every day. And it's not like I have to wake up today and write 5 songs and make content and I have to post and, like, yeah, those are all choices, right? But, like, once you've made the higher choice to not give up and to not let the world rock you off your fucking center every single day, then all the other stuff is just automatic. And being an artist was the only way out for me my entire life, because being an artist means that I would be an exception to a society that I feel like I didn't belong in. That if I could be impeccable and exceptional in the fake world, in the Matrix or whatever, then I would be an exception to the rules. And a lot of those rules are suffering.
Do you feel like there's a part of yourself you haven't yet let into your music?
Up until now, yeah. I think it's all here now.
Do you think struggle is essential for making good art, or do you think joy can create just as much depth?
I think struggle is essential for a good life. And the art is just a reflection of that. And from what I can tell, the struggles that I have faced that have been translated to music have helped people out of their struggles. And so, and I don't think it's the music that's doing that. I think everyone's just looking for a lifeboat anyways. So you can make a mountain out of any moment, and you can turn any song into salvation if you need it bad enough.
What do you think the biggest lie artists, including yourself, tell themselves about why they make music?
I don't know. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we're doing it for other people. Yeah, I think that's really like a cute little PR thing. But I have always found that when I've met somebody that's like, I'm just doing this for y'all, it's fucking bullshit, man. And I know that because anytime I've been like overly altruistic with anything in my life, I've always been able to find the shadow. And if you can't see your shadow, it's gonna bite you in the fucking ass. And it will.
So if you weren't making music, what kind of trouble would you be getting into?
I have no idea. I feel like I get in enough trouble as it is. I feel like I'm in a little bit of trouble right now. I'm being honest. I have a camera on me and being interrogated. Feels like trouble. And I signed up for this shit.
Do you think your music is more confession or performance?
Confession. Yeah. Or talking. Most of my music is just trying to speak life into parts of myself that I haven't let live yet.
So do you make music because therapy is too expensive?
I don't even know how much therapy is, dude. Yeah. Uninterested. I don't need therapy. I have music, you know?